It's the German Sport Guns GSG MP40 replica. It is 9mm. It obviously is not the real thing. The real thing goes for $30,000 to $50,000 now. It is the classic World War II German Nazi machine pistol. I am shooting some steel-cased 9mm parabellums from Tula Arsenal in Russia. And let's try the first 12 aimed, shall we? How do you hold it? Like that. You don't hold it like that. You could, but you'll be sorry. Kind of, you can't hear me yet, can you? Doody doot doot. Kind of awkward to hold that way, obviously, because there's nothing supporting it. But let's reload it with another 30, because this is a hold 32, supposedly, and see what we can do with those. Hanging it over the shoulder, which is how it's supposed to be shot. It is the GSG German Sport Guns MP40 in 9mm. This, of course, is a reproduction, as we have already pointed out. I'm shooting 9mm Tula ammo today. It is steel cased. Tula ammo used to be everywhere. It was the cheapest ammo there was. It's from Tula Arsenal in Russia. We no longer import anything from their arms industry in this country, so you're not going to find this on the shelf anymore, which is too bad. It smells terrible, but it shoots really well. I've never had any trouble with it. The sights on this weapon are actually really, really good. For all the good they're going to do, it's not really made for precision shooting. My understanding is it's made for shooting the guy across the street, and for that, it would absolutely excel. Of course, to use the sights, you need to hold it up against your face to do it, and this was designed with an innovative folding stock out from underneath that you put against your shoulder, and then you could aim it and shoot with with a good amount of accuracy. But this is considered a pistol in American law. People watching this are going to understand this a lot better than I do, and I might be getting it wrong. I think this is a pistol, and with a stock, that would make it a short-barreled rifle, which would be bad, because then you could shoot it accurately, which would be totally un-American. The magazines are hold 32, or supposed to hold 32. I'm not going to get 32 in there. I tried for the second go-around, and I couldn't do it. This actually is a weak point of this gun. The MP40 is frequently, or was frequently, referred to erroneously as the Schmeisser. Louis Schmeisser was a German inventor who invented earlier versions, the MP38, I think the MP18, and hilariously, he held the patent for this magazine, which is the one thing that doesn't work very well. It's not held in there all that tightly. And if you hold it the way you want to hold it when you're shooting it, the way that the Nazis in the movies held it, you're going to hold it like that. But that's problematic. That's going to work it loose, and you're going to get stoppages. If you're a Hollywood movie extra in the 1950s shooting a war movie, all you care about is it working for the 8 seconds you're on screen. And you don't care if the next guy who gets it, it works for him or not. You're supposed to hold it either under here or like this, I think is how I hold it when I'm shooting it. It has a reciprocating charging handle, which means it's going ga-ga-ga-ga-ga. With each shot, it's going once, which can be a problem if you're wearing it on your side and shooting it, and this is against your side, and that can be problematic. Unless you're a lefty, you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about are the shells coming out, the empties hitting you in the stomach. But, perfection is such a lofty goal. The safety is another pretty ridiculous thing. It's safe. Now you can fire. It kind of makes sense, but imagine fiddling with that when you're in a hurry, and good luck with that. This is an inexpensive weapon. German Sport Guns makes mostly 22 long rifle copies of famous military arms. This, I think, is their only 9mm. I'm glad it's 9mm, not 22. This is plastic. That is plastic. On the originals, that would have been Bakelite, which is kind of a ceramic that they used for a lot of things that plastic is used for today. I do have this lovely canvas case, because you got to get all your accessories. I got room for 5 magazines. I got 1 extra magazine because when I bought this, because you want to have more than 1 magazine for your gun, but it never worked. It was a German sports gun manufacturer, but it never fit properly. It never fed. So that leads you to believe that they're kind of finicky, and particular to a particular gun, which is not unusual for an inexpensive thing. But what does it look like with that in there? Why it looks like that, of course. Kind of silly, but if you're like me, you get a new gun, you're excited, you look for the accessories, and you spend more money, because what is this about other than spending money? Okay, I'm going to sling this over my shoulder, and let's go load up some more Tulas and shoot it at full auto, or as close to full auto as we're going to get, which is semi-auto. Okay, I'm back, and I lied. I could only fit 26 in here, I think. It's supposed to hold, was it 26 or 28? We're going to find out. I think it was 28. It'll hold 32, supposedly 32, but you're not going to fit 32 in there without, I mean, if I really, really wanted to, my life depended on it. If I had another hour to go and get more in, I could fit 32. But for goodness sake, we're supposed to be having fun here. It's supposed to be fun. All right, we're going to try to rock and roll on these and see how we do. You're not using the sights. You got to kind of walk them into your target. Let's see if I can. Oh, that smells terrible. What a fun gun though, right? Okay, let's see how we did. Don't get your hopes up. Oh yeah. Okay, our aimed rounds with the sights were pretty good. We got, a pretty good group going on there. Didn't hit the red, of course, but for what this gun is meant to do, this was certainly acceptable. For the rock and roll ones, however, they were everywhere, which is also understandable since I was not using sights, right? Oh man, it's such a fun gun, as you would expect. Of course it is. 9mm is not a huge round. Certainly very soft shooting in this gun. I would have hit the guy across the street, and he wouldn't be whistling Dixie no more.